Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the CBSI comicbookinvest.com Hot 10 list for June 19th, 2020. I am Bryan McClay from the Flipside crew. I am here with the one and only Ben Stein, the one and only Mighty Mel V, and of course, Bird City crew, Anthony and Laura. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We've got some fun stuff tonight. Big Miles Morales list. Of course, the guy is just on fire. We also got some news. Congratulations, everybody, on the 200th list, CBSI Hot 10 list. We got some OGs in the house tonight who were there from the beginning. This is pretty awesome. The list has been going on since 2017, which is pretty amazing. It was fun to watch get to this point. Mel, give us a little bit on the when the list first started, because three of us were here around when the list first started, but I just want to get a little bit of talk from some of the OGs about the list.
It was started by my man Trey back in the day. He took the Wizard format and he just ran with it, and it's still going strong every day, each and every week. Even though I'm still part of the show, I tune in just to see, because I don't want to get a preview of what's going to be on the list. I want to be just like the fans. I want to be there, like, yo, let me know when it comes out. I'm like, I hate when it's late though. Since the beginning it was always late, but it started to get on earlier as a recent song. So I do enjoy that.
And then Ben, when did you take over the list?
So the list actually, I think maybe started in 2000. I think the website started in 2016, maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, something like that. So, and the list technically started before that, because it was strictly on G Plus before the website. But
yeah, old school.
Yeah, but I started doing the list in 2017. So, and I've pretty much done it, I think, every week. Well, back in 2017, 2018, it was more sporadic.
Was it like every 2 weeks or something like that?
Yeah, it would be like every 2 weeks, or sometimes every 3 weeks. It was a lot more, kind of random. And then we decided to just go ahead and start doing it every week.
But that list is, like I said, still to this day, it's what the collectors they look for. They look for this list each and every week. So shout out to you, Ben. You're doing a great job, brother.
I appreciate it, man.
And of course, you can find the list each and every week at comicbookinvest.com. You can find it there on the right side of the page, along with all these amazing articles that the writers over there at comicbookinvest.com are putting out each and every week. Some really good stuff right now. Of course, Star Wars First Appearance is still hitting on. We got the variant coverage. We've got 3 Comic Monty, all kinds of fun stuff. Day After Wednesday, True First by Topher. Just a lot of good stuff that is out there. So make sure you guys go check out comicbookinvest.com for all your comic book speculation needs. And it's very interesting because the list this week is just full of Miles, but there are some goodies in it. And why don't we go ahead and get started?
Sounds good.
Laura, take it away.
Okay, so this is an honorable mention, right?
Yep.
First honorable mention. So we have Spook number 22.
Interesting book, Headless Horseman. Very, very interesting name for this book. I don't know how they kind of got away with this stuff, but I don't think you can get away with that these days.
No, not with me, Ron.
No. No.
Yeah, and this is issue number 22, but it's actually issue number 1, because it just continued from I can't remember what it was before this, but back in the 50s they may change the title completely, or even change the format or everything, and they just kept going with the numbers. A lot of times they didn't restart the numbering. So this is number 22, but it's actually number 1 of this run. But
I was wondering what the 1 in parentheses meant. Now I know.
that's what it means. Yep. But yeah, I think the thing with this cover, not just the title, but it's the hanging that's in the background. that you can kind of see in over the grave.
Oh,
yeah,
shit!
Yeah,
I didn't catch it first.
right. That makes it even crazier.
Yeah.
That's the that's the big trigger point on this cover. But and it's an LB Cole, so
Vin went dark this week, man. Jesus Christ, man.
hey, some of that. Honestly, if you look at some of that pre-code stuff, it is ridiculously dark. And then if you really start looking at some of the foreign pre-code stuff, holy crap! Like you can't believe that some of that stuff was published. I mean, there was I think one where they were like eating a baby. I mean, like
what?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's just things that you couldn't imagine.
The white meat.
Ew.
I mean, as a cover to a comic book. I mean, just like you're like, what?
It's from a movie.
Yeah, crazy.
But yeah, so there was an 8.0 that sold this week for $6K. Now it was a mile high, pedigree. So those do get a bump. But there was also a raw that sold for $1,000. There was a 3.0, and so this book is pretty sought after for LB Cole, The Hanging, The Headless Horseman, those type of things.
Yeah, crazy cover. Skull on the horse is kind of cool though. I kind of like that. The half alive horse with the skull.
Right.
Let's get on to the next honorable mention this week.
All right. So next we have Aspen Splash 2013, the San Diego Comic-Con by Michael Turner.
I like Michael Turner.
I like that too. Michael Turner variant. Shut up. And now does this mean it's limited to 250? Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful cover. Wow. Like,
it is pretty hot.
It's nice to actually see Michael Turner art on there this week instead of, a Michael Turner variant by some other artist.
Yep.
But this is actual Michael Turner art. Beautiful cover. Love the San Diego Comic-Con stuff, especially, earlier, 2013 is a little bit earlier, before it got all crazy. It was crazy then, but it's super crazy now. And I love covers like this.
Yeah, I bet you Turner would have done a really good Laura Croft cover.
He did. Many of them.
Yes,
did he really?
Oh,
good
yeah.
call,
I'm getting the Laura Croft vibe here.
Yes,
yeah.
He had several Tomb Raider books from Turner.
Oh, I'm gonna need to find some.
You think Turner was as popular as Jessica Campbell or more popular?
Great question. I think at the time more popular because if you remember, he was like the way that we talk about artists now that get big. Turner was like that for like 2 years straight, 3 years straight. I mean, everything he did was super hot. When he was doing the Superman stuff, of course, he started all the Aspen stuff. He was hot for a long time. There was a good 5-6 year stretch where Turner was just everybody wanted Michael Turner art.
He was like the Peach Momoko of his time.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of got in the same.
All his covers were fire, though.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of got into the same pattern as a lot of these guys do, where they kind of keep repeating themselves. Turner got into the same type of thing. If you do like Turner art, I will say that probably my favorite Turner cover is actually a Vampirella. Turner Vampirella Strikes #1. It's gorgeous. It's probably my favorite Turner cover, but this one's really gorgeous too. A raw copy sold at auction this week for $2.25. So that's how much you're gonna have to pay probably to get something like this.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Vinny Perez, shout out to Vinny Perez, is more popular than so his line at Wizard World was crazy when he did that Civil War run. Amen. I forgot about the Civil War run. Michael Turner did some amazing variant covers for that Civil War run that was just unreal. Make sure you guys go check that out. But very cool book. Very cool book.
So
moving on to the actual list this week. This is a book that we've seen a couple times here.
It's hanging on our wall, actually, huh?
Yeah.
I'm staring at it as we talk. All right, so we have number 10, Venom, number 3. This is written Donny Cates. And again, we have one hanging on our wall right now.
And it will stay there.
Yeah.
Big book.
No. First appearance, no.
Which?
No. Oh.
Go ahead, Mel.
I mean, no. He's hot right now. He was hot in the beginning of the summer. He's kind of cooled off just slightly. He's going to take off again. So try to get this book buy it on the dips because this book is definitely going to shoot up. There's also a 1 in 25 Melina variant for this one as well.
Big shout out to Lucas from where's Lucas doing his stuff from?
Drunken Chat.
Drunken Chat, yes, sir. Big shout out to Lucas from Drunken Chat, keeping me hip to some of this dope Null early first appearances in the Wraith series. After doing Drunken Chat last week, hanging out with Mel and Lucas and the Bird City crew and everybody else, Vinny talked about this Wraith stuff and turned me into a believer. So I actually went and picked up an issue or two. So. Null is still crazy, and as number 10 on the list this week, Venom number 3 showing back up.
Well, and I actually posed the question: did this take the bump that's now their sales are at all-time highs on this? It's $100 raw, but is it because Miles Morales is in this book? Not just because.
There you go.
Great question.
Wait, so this first print is less than the third print?
What?
No, yeah. Well, it was. It's approaching the third print now. Honestly, I love this cover. I think it's a great cover.
I agree. I totally agree.
So usually I'm okay with like second, third, fourth, whatever prints if the cover art is better than the first print. But I like this cover art. So
it's sick.
I had those in high grade too because of the white cover.
I had 2 9/8 and sold them, and I wish I just didn't need haircuts and lunch money. I had so many good books.
This book does press well, so if you do have one that's got like a little tick or something on it, it does press well. So if you see one in your LCS or something like that, and you think, oh, it's got kind of like a little crease or something like that in it. Go ahead and pick it up. You might get it cheaper, and you can press that out.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. On to the next book in the list.
All right, number 9, we have Descender number 1. The writer is Jeff Lemire.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna go for the artist, Dustin Nigan.
No win.
Win.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
exactly
you did.
No
win.
Hey, you're right on it.
Laura, don't feel bad because I butcher names every week. So don't worry about it, sis.
No, what are you talking about? I nailed it.
We should do a cast and just what you do, Brian, is you put up the name of an artist and Laura tries to pronounce it. What is Ron's name?
We'll have a contest. I still can't pronounce Bill Sienkiewicz. Is that how you say it?
No, you're wrong. It's Sienkiewicz.
Sienkiewicz and what's his
Sienkiewicz.
And forget about me trying to spell it. I call him Stankiewicz. That's STANKYWITCH. Stankiewicz.
Hey, I'd like for Laura to try and say Giannis's last name.
Or Anawakopo? I just put Greek freak.
There you go.
Yeah,
you're talking about Giannis.
This is a book that everybody kind of went crazy for. I remember when it first came out. This was had a lot of hype when it first came out, but didn't hear much from it for a long time. It's been a while.
You get options, then it doesn't get options. You get option again, it doesn't get option. If you got this book, sell them and keep one in the stash for when it gets not options and options again.
Yeah,
it was a good book. I mean, Lemire's a great writer. Wynn's a great artist. It did jump this week from cover price to $20 or more. The only problem is the option news that came out was that it was purchased by a Canadian television production company. So,
yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's like being picked up by Sci-Fi.
Oh.
Canadians watching, yeah. Hey.
I will give Canadians credit. Trailer Park Boys, Schlitz Creek. What's the one that's so hot? Slater Kenny.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that on television.
You can't do that on television.
Ryan Reynolds.
I thought you were going to go with that cowgirl show that's been on air for like 19 years or something like that.
McAllister. What's that one from?
What?
Come on. You can't do that on television when they would jump out of the lockers.
The locker room.
McAllister.
I think we need to watch it too because I have no clue what they're talking about.
Oh man, that's old school, man. You can't do that on television. Old school. Look it up on YouTube. You'll freak out.
I had a crush on Lisa Ruddy. Look at my bed. I look like old man Brogan.
Moving on to number 8. Okay, we have Spider-Man, number 12.
Yep.
From 2017.
Yes.
The writer is Bryan Michael Bendis. And the artist, Sarah Pichelli.
What a beautiful cover. This cover was talked about big time when it came out. And I think, Mel, you might have talked about this last week, if not on Drunken Chat, son.
Yeah.
Also, I had it on this in the East Elevation a while back. I mean, this not only an iconic cover because it's the same. I remember in the Spider-Man movie when Spider-Man went upside down and kissed Mary J.
Yeah.
This has both of them upside down, and it's Gwen and it's Miles, who is the hottest thing in comics right now.
Yep.
This moment has to happen in the movie. I'm betting on this moment happening in the movie.
That's what Anthony said too.
Once it does, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah, this is a good one. Have any of you guys had this in your collections?
Yes.
And he stole it from Haircut.
The best part about this cover is Miles' dad taught him right. Look where the hand placement is on the head. He went for it. Everyone else scared leaning. He said, "Come here, baby."
He's a gentleman.
That's my guy.
About it. There's also 2 1 in 25s for this. Also, there's a Bob McLeod variant, and I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this dude name. In a Sevilla, I can't even spell it, but it's an all black cover and they're holding hands. Beautiful cover, beautiful cover. I can see those 9/8 because there's only 1 9/8 on centers of that cover. I can see it easily cracking it down. Easy.
Woo.
We need to find one. Like now.
A 9/8.
Yeah.
Oh, why would you think it would jump that high?
Because it's a beautiful cover. If that scene happens in the movie, because they're going to build on this relationship. But this is the scene you're talking about, though, right? On this cover. So yeah.
It's not on the cover of the.
No, but the whole. If you see how beautiful that cover is, and the whole relationship thing, it's an all black cover. Miles got his all black on. Gwen, it's just the way the color. It's just a beautiful cover. These two being the hottest properties in Marvel right now on the same cover, relationship, holding hands. Just look at that cover, you'll see why. And the fact that it's only 1 9/8 on census, I can see it easily cracking 1,000. Easily. Easily.
Yeah. Definitely breaking some boundaries here, and I'm really glad they did this. We're looking at it all now going, man, what a beautiful cover. It was a beautiful cover then, but has a little bit more meaning now, it seems.
I mean, and also Spider-Gwen 16, the Dave Johnson variant. I remember, matter of fact, Ben, you had it on your top 10 a while ago. Remember, Rawls was hitting like $1,000.
Yeah.
Beautiful. There was a diamond dump, and then a lot of copies got released, but those are starting to creep back up as well.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
what they do. You need to do the digging in the crates section of Hot 10s from back in the day. Just find those again.
Yeah, true.
This is selling for $30 raw right now, which is crazy.
It was hitting 50. Then undercutters just do what they do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, on to number 7.
Ben, you don't like that book?
The Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but
right.
I think if you look at the overall picture, books that really climb aren't because of like a first relationship or a first team or a first kiss. In this case, I mean, those type of things are kind of secondary. So
gotcha.
they struggle, I think, to gain that. I mean, the books that get it to 1,000 basically have to be a first appearance. I mean, for a modern, I think it almost has to be a first appearance.
But look at that Miles Morales book where he's dodging the cabs. What was that? I forgot what book that is. He's like it's like
the Spider-Man one. Yeah,
cracked 1,000, and there's also see it in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and I don't know if there was I can't remember if that was a first appearance or what, but yeah, like I said, I don't know. I mean, it may be, but I just think those type of books generally are tougher to spike to those high levels without a first appearance.
Gotcha.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
I don't have any of them though, so Mel. So if you're telling me you think it's going to be 1,000, maybe I should go look for it.
Mel, I got an idea. I got one. Buy mine for 1,000, and you prove your point.
Then
Right all day.
And I will just wear a sign that says I was wrong.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. Number 7, guys. We have Stars and S.T.R.I.P.E. number 0. Writer Jeff Johns. Various artists.
Stargirl.
Yeah, this one kind of jumped this week. First of all, the series is getting really good reviews. But Raws are $80 plus. 9/8 hit $450 this week.
What?
Yeah, $450. And this is really difficult because of the way they have S.T.R.I.P.E. written out with the periods in between each, where it's kind of an acronym or whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard to find sometimes. Sometimes some of the searching engines and stuff get kind of off. If you just type in S.T.R.I.P.E., it may not pull it up right. So a lot of times you just have to type in stars and number 0. Like, forget the S.T.R.I.P.E. completely. Yeah, it's weird. So
yeah.
Well, this book, can it go higher though? Do you think that the show is good enough to continue this book to continue to rise? I don't see how a CW, like with what CW has been putting out. I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
You know what it is for me is the character doesn't have the star power like stars. See what I did there? Yeah, it's riding the wave. I like to say, because the show's fantastic. Like I said, they brought on some decent actors, some names. But I think it'll settle down because the character itself, I don't think, can stand on her own for very long.
Well, here's a great, perfect comment right here from Comics Are Fun. He says, "Watch Stargirl for the first time tonight with my wife. She loved it, as did I." So, again,
Chuck, what's up, Chuck?
Hi, Chuck.
So if we can bring new fans in and especially non-male fans, I'm all for it. Let's do it.
That's big.
So, all right, on to next book this week. This is a book that was an early spec book for me way back in the day when the whole Ronin thing was happening in the New Avengers comics. This might have been one of the very first spec books I ever stocked up on. Go ahead.
All right, so at number 6 we have Daredevil number 9. So I think I said Daredevil. I'm messing this up tonight. Daredevil number 9. The writer is David Mack. Shut up. Artist, which I like the art on this, Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti.
It almost looks like a Mac cover.
It is a Mac cover.
Oh, I was about to say this is Mac. Mac is a
which
beast.
Which is completely opposite, because Mac's an artist, so for the fact that he wrote this is kind of different.
So were they like paying homage to Mac's watercolor style on this?
No, that is Mac.
No, that is Mac.
So is it okay? So Joe Quesada and Jimmy, the interior art.
Yep.
Got it.
Mac did the cover. Mac did several of these Daredevil covers back then.
Beautiful cover.
Yeah, but yeah, Quesada and Palmiotti did the interiors.
I wish one of the things that I wish we could have seen in either the Daredevil show or the MCU is the relationship between Black Widow and Daredevil. I love that relationship in the comics. But this was also first appearance of Ronin. Is that or of the girl that ends up being Ronin?
Echo.
Echo. Yeah. So I guess what happened this week, and that's why this book jumped from 5 to 25 or higher, was Marvel put out a casting call for a deaf, whatever nationality she is,
Native American.
Yeah, like whatever. I mean, like it lined up perfectly for what this character is for one of their Disney Plus shows. So even though they didn't say it was for the Echo character, I guess it's from that casting call. It's pretty obvious, what that she's going to be in one of these Disney Plus shows.
As soon as I got the tweet about it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go find one. They were already hitting 40 and 50 on eBay. So I FOMO'd this. I'm not ashamed.
You owning the FOMO.
Got to, man. You got to in life. You got to just suck it up, and if you did it, you got to own up to it.
I'll be honest. I never thought this would see any more, spec on this issue after how they played Ronan in the movies. I thought the Echo character was a dead and gone. I'm really surprised to see her showing back up. It's gonna be, if it is the Echo character, it's gonna be very interesting to see how they play her and what her storyline is gonna be like. So, very interesting stuff. Before we get into the top half of the list, I want to, of course, give a big shout out to the Bird City crew. Make sure you guys go to facebook.com, Bird City Comics. Check them out on Instagram at Bird City Comics. They got a lot of fun stuff going on. Some big news in the works they've got coming down the line. So make sure you guys keep an eye on them. Go check out their Infinity Frames. They're doing good stuff. Good people. Make sure you patronize their stuff. On top of that, I also want to say make sure you guys are checking out the Weekend Update with Nico. He has a interview coming up tomorrow night with the one and only Mercenaut, who is probably my foray into back into comics. Back when right before CBSI was getting first started, I remember catching a Mercenaut video early on of books that he was out there picking up and flipping, and why he was flipping them. A lot of fun to watch. He's still doing it, and it's going to be an interesting interview. So make sure you guys check that out tomorrow night right here on the Tales from the Flip Side channel. Also, go check out the Weekend Update article on comicbookinvest.com. All right, on to number 5. He's going to show up again. Here he is.
Oh, we have this one. I recognize this cover. All right, number 5, Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 1. Again, Bryan Michael Bendis. And the artist, Sarah Pichelli again.
Yep. These are polybag sealed comics, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So a couple interesting things on this. One, the price jumped from $25 to $80 this week.
What?
Yeah. So this is Miles Morales' second appearance. It is his origin story. The interesting thing about it is it says Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. Again, this is a weird search engine type thing.
Yep.
The was it Indicia? Is that how you say it? Indicia?
Indica or Indicia?
Whatever it is. Where they say inside cover, whatever they say what it is. This actually says Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 or something like that. So even though it says Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, like if you get this graded or you take it out of the poly bag, you send it into CGC. It will say Ultimate Comics or Ultimate Spider-Man 2000, whatever year it came out in 2011. So 3 or 4 issues in, or I think something like that, the inside of the book then changes to Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. So it's really strange. So sometimes you may see it listed as Ultimate Spider-Man. Sometimes you may see it listed as Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. But yes, this is an important issue. It is his origin. It is the second appearance. So I can definitely see why this thing jumped.
Damn, I never had this one in my collection. I'm going to be doing some digging when he shops them back up on Monday. There's going to be a lot of us out there.
There are 2 variants. They're both Pichelli variants. It's a 1 in 15 and a 1 in 30. They don't come up very often. And then there's the Comics Pro, which is the black and white, which is just it's a grail of grails for most people, or for a lot of Spider-Man fans.
I think there's one up on eBay right now, and I think he's asking like $30,000 for it. Is that right?
$30,000. Okay.
Yeah. I've never seen that book, so I can't imagine how many. There's probably less than 100 of those, I would assume.
Jeez.
But yeah.
Crazy.
Comic books, yeah.
It's this is art collecting. It's so crazy. When I first entered this world, I'm like, I don't get it. But now it's like, holy hell, it's
exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Art collecting.
It's art collecting. Okay, number 4, we have Spider-Man number 20. Again, the writer is Brian Michael Bendis and the artist Nico Leon.
Yep.
Or is it Nico Leon? Nico Leon. That sounds better.
I think you're good.
All right, so I will probably let well, I mean, this was a cover price book a week ago. It is now $50 or more. Doesn't really matter what's on the inside of the book. It's the cover that
fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon my French, but powerful.
No.
Powerful cover. When my man Andy Thomas showed me this cover, he said, "Mel, look at this cover." I say, "Oh, this has to be seen." And I don't want to hear nobody crying about no pump and dump and this nonsense that you usually cry about. This cover right here says a lot, and it means a lot. Even though inside in the book, there's no altercation with the police whatsoever in the book. The cover alone is going to be talked about for years amongst comics collectors, because it's already stirring up controversy, and as we all know, controversy sells. This right here, I love this cover.
Yeah, this is from 2017 as well, so it's not like this, just I mean, this isn't recent at all. This is 3 years old. So there is also another, and I mentioned it. There's also another similar book cover to this, and it's Ultimate Comic Spider-Man, same run as we just had, number 11, where Miles is sitting there like this, handcuffed. So there are two separate Miles covers where I can't think of. Maybe there is. Maybe there's a Peter Parker cover out there somewhere where he's being arrested, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. But those two covers are very significant for this day and age.
I wouldn't call them iconic, but significant is the right word.
Yes.
Yes. That's a good call.
Couldn't put it better. All right.
And let me say this, because I've seen some comments from some people either on our Facebook, on the CBSI Facebook page, or wherever, saying this is idiotic. There's no way. This is you should not be buying this because there's nothing inside that says that you should be spending that kind of money. And my argument for that is, if you look back over the history of comics, there are covers, even just looking at our Golden Age books, every single week.
Thank you.
There is not one thing on the inside that says this book should be important, but that cover says it is. And there's marks in time. I mean, you look back in the Bronze Horror from DC, and that Detective 227 is a very important book. I mean, it's just based on the cover alone. Nobody knows what's on the inside of that book, but that cover just kind of symbolizes where the world was at that time. Believe me, I probably disagree with every single person politically that's on here, but I also realize that this book, the Spider-Man Ultimate Comics 11, they mean something, and Miles means something.
Yes.
When you combine the two, I don't, whether you agree with it or don't agree with it, those two covers mean something.
And I don't give a damn if this book is $50. I don't give a damn if this book is $100. I don't give a damn if this book is $1. This cover needs to be seen. If you're a comic fan, to me, like I said, I don't want to use the word iconic for this, but significant, 110%. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you guys are saying. I think it's funny when people make those comments too, because we get them sometimes, and they'll comment, "Oh, you guys shouldn't do this. You guys shouldn't do that." It's like, you know what? Enough. Shit happens. You're collecting the shit that's happening. How many people collect war memorabilia and they have, gas masks? Do they support the war? No, they got memorabilia. Shit happened. They collected it.
Fucking Nazi covers.
Hey,
You gotta-
Yeah,
the Amazing Spider-Man
they gotta acknowledge that things happen.
Yeah, that Amazing Spider-Man all black cover was, I mean, who cares? It's a stupid black cover, but that symbolized the towers.
The sign of the times. Sign of the times.
That's you see that cover and that takes you back to that time. It's just a black cover. There's nothing on the cover at all. So, and that book is still popular. So I don't see this one going away.
I'm getting a T-shirt made of this. Come to think of it,
there should be a T-shirt made of this.
Oh, it will be. It will be in a week.
Yep. All right, on to number 3 this week. It's kind of weird to see a Superman book pop up, but I should restate this. It's kind of weird to see a Superman pop up and then to see a Superman book pop up after what we just talked about. Very interesting, this book. Very interesting, the rumors that have been going on about this character in general for many years. I just don't see it happening. I think Ben agrees. Unfortunately, this might be one you might want to think about specking on once or twice, but you never know.
Ain't that the truth? All right, at number 3, we have Final Crisis number 7, J.G. Jones variant. The writer is Grant Morrison. I'm not going to try the art. That's all you guys.
Doug Mankey.
Mankey?
Yep, you got it.
Yeah. So this one jumped from cover price or dollar bins to $50 this week. $50 for a Final Crisis book. Just prefacing that.
I just don't see it holding that though. I mean, do you see it? Like the Miles stuff I see maybe even going up. I see that book that we just talked about, that number 4. I see that book being like Mel said, not iconic book, but a very significant book for a long time to come. I don't see this book being one. Maybe I'm wrong.
Michael B. Jordan, it was attachment to rumors of him playing a black Superman. This was months ago. I loved it then. I love it now, but I don't think we're ever going to see a black Superman.
No,
never.
These rumors are from one specific crappy site that has absolutely, they just throw stuff at the wall every single day, have no credibility whatsoever. They will claim that they do. Oh, we got this from our source that correctly predicted the Inhumans 4 years ago. Well, yeah, I could predict every single thing, 1 or 2 things if I just guessed at every single thing that was out there. That's all this is. Please do not read that website. Avoid that website. It is nothing. Stop buying books based on that website's information. It's garbage.
Damn.
What's bad is like Yahoo News, because Yahoo doesn't really have like real news. They just pick up little stories, and so they'll credit that stupid site sometimes, and you're like, come on, man, that site is garbage.
Well, tell me what you guys think about this. Here's my take on this stuff. Is if you're a fan of the comics and the characters, I'm not advocating for them to change the race or the gender of any character. I enjoyed the characters that I read. Superman's white, and it has nothing to do with race to me. If you're a Superman fan, Superman's white guy. He's not an African American. He's not a Mexican. And then people go, oh, we need these type of characters.
You know what heat I got for that in the past?
I enjoy it.
I got a lot of heat for saying the same exact thing you said.
I know I'm thinking, shit, we're gonna hear about this tomorrow.
Shoot, come get me. I got Blue Beetle's Mexican. I got one.
I didn't want to see. All right, Falcon with the shield. Call him Falcon. Cool. Don't call him Captain America. He's not Captain America. He is a perfect Falcon with the shield. Cool. I am 100% cool with that. I don't want to see a white Black Panther. I don't want to see a black give me another way black Hawkeye. No, there are enough creative minds out there that you can create a black character and give him a good start.
Your own story.
Except for the New Warriors. Whoever thought that shit, you just stop. What the fuck you doing?
Or Mosaic.
No. I like Mosaic. I think Mosaic's gonna have a comeback.
I know you like Mosaic. I remember you talking about him years ago.
I'm still standing by Mosaic. He's a fresh new character. Let the beat build. Speculators killed Mosaic. You know what I'm saying? He could never keep up with what I kind of hyped him up to be as well. You know what I mean? But let the beat build. He gonna be the man. I bet you money he gonna be the man soon.
I will play devil's advocate. I agree with what everybody said, but I will play devil's advocate here. We say that Superman's white. He's white. Da, 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 da. Why can't they have da da da? Well, Peter Parker was white. We've got a Miles Morales.
It was organic. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It was organic, and it kind of happened over a generation.
Yes, I agree with that. That's
sorry.
a great point, Mel. Is that it was organic? Keep it organic. Create a new character. Maybe I'm the type of person that I want new characters. Give me a new character that I can be hyped over. Don't change an old character. Give me a new character. There's so many good characters out there that can be still created. I feel like they're worried that they can never write another song again because every song has been written. It's come up with something new, guys.
But it's like when they create an African American character, you got to go through all kind of fucking political loops and holes. Just let the brother be black. Just let him be black. Let him have power. That's it. We don't want to be. It's just like this whole thing, like taking Aunt Jemima down and Uncle Ben. We didn't ask for none of that. We just want to be, respected. That's it. We don't want new warriors, man.
Yeah.
Just let a brother be a brother. Just let a brother let the beat build. Let a brother be a brother, man. Let the beat build. Let him have power. That's it, man.
I can't speak for anybody, but I have a feeling that most people don't like being pandered to.
I hate it.
Yeah.
You hot sauce in a bag.
So
take a drink.
Yeah. Marvel and DC. Take a cue from maybe some of the independent publishers out there and create some new characters instead of changing old ones.
You know what? And just to end this, because we probably got to get off this topic, I just want to tell everybody, be brave. Love each other and be brave. DC, Marvel, whenever you're creating property, you're probably not watching, but if you are, do you, boo. And
boo. That's
and we will enjoy it.
Yes.
Wow.
Except for the New Warriors, we would not enjoy that. All right.
On to number 2.
All right, number 2. Let's see here. Ultimate Comics SpiderMan number 2, third print.
There he is again.
Michael Bendis.
Yep, he's back at it.
And here we are again.
Like this cover.
Hey, does anybody think that if you see any Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, you should pretty much buy anything, right? Any of those issues?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I saw somebody talk about how, it's kind of the same thing with Spawn. Like you buy any, maybe it was you, Mel. I don't know. You buy any Spawn issue. Just
any Spawn is just on fire. Just buy them and put them in the box.
Buy them all. And I almost think that at this point, Ultimate Comics Spider-Man is kind of the same thing because that was Miles's first, actual series. So
first run.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and the cover is fantastic too. I mean, you can't snuff at the cover, so people can't look at it and go, "Oh, it's just a Miles book." The cover's badass. So
I love that.
I want to be able to bend like that. I don't know how anybody bends like that, but I wish I could.
You see on the roof. You see those cooling towers on the roof right there.
Yeah.
So see those fans, baby. That's me right there.
Wait, Mel, are you telling us that you're really Miles Morales?
No, I work on the fans in the back.
He's in the background.
Miles is just it's ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. It's crazy. It's crazy how his books have just shot up so fast. Everything has shot up. I would say I would go even farther than saying buying all Ultimate Spider-Man books. Buy any Miles Morales stuff at this point.
Yeah.
if you can get it cheap enough, buy them. You take a chance on this kid. This kid's going to be big.
Like certain LCSs in certain areas of the country, I bet they didn't buy a lot of Miles Morales. Just make that print runs go like this down. So.
You know what, though? I'm thinking now that he's made so many top 10 books and this and that, like Marvel needs to be responsible with this character going forward because he's going to have some pull.
You're right. Yeah, very good point. They're
going to have some repercussions depending on what they do, or, they can make some good change.
But don't. I don't want them to force shit. Don't force nothing.
No, I think they can just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? There's somebody that's going to walk into the creative writing room and be like, hey, guys, we got a chance to make some change. And they're going to, there's always that guy. So I hope they stick to their guns and do what they do.
Let the beat build. Let Miles do it. Just let Miles be a brother.
Stay true to the character.
That's it. Just let Miles be a brother.
Let Miles be Miles.
Well, it's been a complete Miles crazy list this week. So, of course, at number 1, it's going to be Gwen Stacy.
Got his move.
Huh?
We move that screen over a little
Yeah, so you got Edge of Spider-Verse, number 2 by Jason.
Wait.
Latour.
What am I reading it? Oh, Latour. I got that. Latour. Got it.
I was hoping she would butcher it, but
I got that one. That's easy.
Yeah. So you got the first Gwen Stacy appearance right here. 9.8's almost doubled from 500 to 850 plus. Jeez.
I hate this book.
Why?
I had about 20. I know I sold a lot of 5 for $100. And I don't got not one left.
I hope that guy is watching this show and he's laughing at you, pointing
nice job, Mel. Nice job.
He probably finished laughing already. I had 2 of the land variants.
Jeez. I think I only owned one of these books ever, and
shit, I was going up. Me and my cousin Eric. My cousin Eric lived in Baltimore. I was telling him, I said, go to the shop. You'll scoop up all of these. So, he would go back, sell them, double up, go right back, buy them again. I was going to every single Midtown Comics, put on a different hat. I had a stack of these some bitches.
Hey, you know what's funny, Mel? As you say that, I was actually traveling when this, when this first came out. I was traveling in Baltimore, and my hotel was a block away from Third Eye at the time, and I kept every single day I would go into Third Eye, and they had a limit of 1, and I would just go buy one, and then come back the next day and buy another one, and then go back, and because they had stacks of them at the time, but.
This is before the Midtown put their limits up and all this other. We go there and get 5. Like the limit was 5. I go get 5, come back, go get something, go get a burger or something, come back, get another 5.
You were that guy?
I was that dude. I kept the LCS in business, brother. Hey, your job is to sell comics, not to pick out how many I buy.
The 5th print of this is running $30 now. The 5th print. Yes.
What's the 3rd print at?
I did not see the 3rd print. I didn't. I don't know that off the top of my head.
When you're balling on a budget, you go for those 5th prints.
Yeah, they gotta make your money back.
But I think we probably could have guessed this, that if Miles is hot, Spider-Gwen's going to be hot too. They're super connected. I think they're probably always going to be connected. So if one goes up, I think the other one is going to follow suit.
It was
Mel, real quick, 9.8 of the 3rd print. One recently sold today for $225, 9.8. And raws, it looks like, are selling for around $70.
I sent my 2 to CGC. I sent a big order to CGC. So if the greater, I hope you get laid the best lay of your life for my books coming your table.
Go balls deep.
Yeah, balls deep. If your purpose is the tongue, I hope you get the greatest tongue of your life. Just
wow, this really turned bad.
I got derailed fast. Just
Vinny's got a great point in that this Spider-Gwen Zero also has this cover on it too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Spider-Gwen Zero.
Yeah.
A lot of people mix those up and they go and buy them and go, look what I got, and I'm like, yeah, you got issue 0. Good job.
Yep.
I don't know
Because
about
it's the
issues
same
zero.
cover. I think it's slightly different.
It's
Maybe
the
I
cover.
think it's the
yeah,
trade
slightly
dress.
different tone or something like that of the background.
Yep.
Well, this is there are the errors out there where the background is black instead of maroon.
True.
CGC does not recognize that yet, but I would be buying them up if you see them. You never know.
Whew.
Crazy book, Greg Land variants. If you got them, what do you do at this point? Do those keep going up? Do you sell those suckers?
I mean, yeah, that is a good question. What is the peak for Gwen Stacy and the peak for Miles Morales for that matter? I mean,
that's the scary part. Is like for me, I don't see how Miles can continue just this meteoric rise. I feel like if I have a couple copies of Ultimate Fallout 4, yeah, and I'm like, oh man, I got to just get these up as fast as possible. But there's a little part of me that's like, what if these continue to? I just don't see how non-variants and non-limited books can continue to rise that much.
Going forward, he is. I mean, I think it was you who said it. This is this generation's Spider-Man. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad because I grew up with Peter Parker. You know, my nieces and nephews, they're not gonna know who Peter Parker was. They're gonna know who Miles Morales is, and it's screwed up, but it is what it is.
But what you just said could be the key, because maybe that's what Marvel's doing, is that they're recognizing not only do we have a character in Miles who the young kids are going crazy for, but now we can give him a female counterpart who the girls and they're both the same age. They're coming up together. This could be, something that they're totally looking at going.
The interracial thing. It fits so perfect. It's you bring in cultures together via comics, and comics that did that a lot back in the day. This is why it goes back to the relationship factor in those relationship books. I mean, you can bring people together with this, started with those books, and if it happens in a movie, I mean, these kids are no longer going to see color anymore. They're going to see a beautiful relationship, and these books, that kiss, that number 12, oh man.
This
Hold
is
on, let me turn my camera upside down.
Yeah.
You got to do that for Halloween.
Yes, you should,
dude.
Walk on your hands.
Down.
I already have the outfit.
Both need to be walking on your hands, kissing at the same time.
I don't know about that part.
What about Silk and her first appearance? That's a great question. Silk feels like the odd girl out.
She's not. Just let the beat build. Let the beat build.
There we go.
Let the beat build.
Well, again, everybody. This Miles spec is crazy, but it's fun to see where we're going. It's fun to see the energy. Big shout out to everybody who joined us in the comments and joined us live. It was a lot of fun tonight. We hope you guys are enjoying it. I want to say a big thanks to the mighty Mel V for making it home tonight to join us. If I
get fired, y'all gonna send me some Ultimate Fallout 4s so I can pay my bill.
We'll take Mel anytime we can get him. Thank you, Bird City Crew, once again. Bird City Crew is going to be off next week. They've got some family stuff to take care of. So
what? Wait! I can skip work and you got to do family stuff. What is this?
Well, it's much needed energy coming into comics, and we appreciate the energy being in the show. We want to thank everybody again for joining us. Make sure you don't miss the weekend update this week with Nico and Mercenot. Going to be a fun show. Make sure to subscribe and like and check out all the other shows on the list. And also do yourself a big favor. Go check out comicbookinvest.com for all your comic speculation needs. And we'll see you next time.
I don't go to bed for another hour and a half. What to do?
Ooh.